see the daily grinding. I see the trouble on the way. Don't go out tonight, but it's about to take your life. Yeah, we on the daily grind. That one was the best I've done in a long time. Welcome to the daily grind. Happy Wednesday. Happy Credence Day. It's Credence Day, right? I don't know. Credence is the best. I am your host, Luke Hatmaker. It is Wednesday. It's hump day. And on hump day, we go 3 deep, 3 wide. 3 deep, 3 wide. I don't know if we're wide. I got the $2 of the $2 sports show with me. The two best bucks. I got Uncle Buck, wrong hand, Uncle Buck and Buckets. How we doing, y'all?
Good.
Yeah, we're good, man. Still on site here in Birmingham. You know, I am recovering from the first Zaire Williams freed game, right? He had no leash last night with the Brooklyn Nets, and they have found a budding star, let me tell you.
Oh, man. King Meeks, good morning. I'm sorry that you had to hear Zaire Williams' name so early. Yeah. I wasn't on my bingo card. How'd he do? I didn't even.
I mean, not bad. He finished with 10 points in 23 minutes, 5 of 9 shooting. I mean, you know, again, he's got to get used to not being on a leash. That's what it is, right?
Leashes.
He's got to get used to it. Yeah.
Leashes are bad, even though I'm pretty sure every dog that is leash trained is better. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about dogs. We're here to talk about the Grizzlies, which are a bear. Ursa Major is the name, I believe, the scientific name. But one Grizzly in particular, because it came out yesterday that I loved a USA Team USA basketball, quote unquote, insider, whatever that means. I love that it's so vague. It could be anything. But they said that Ja Morant and Zion Williamson need to be in the mix, end quote, for the 2028 LA Olympics. Duh.
Yeah, it's kind of my response.
It's like I feel like this could have been just a 5-year-old that said this. It's just, that's rude. It's just, of course, that when you have the superstars that are going to be leaving the team, the natural progression, these are the two guys that need to be included.
Yeah. You're looking in 3 years.
3 years.
You know, I don't know if you're going to have LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. You're losing what has carried the American Basketball Association for 20 years.
Yes.
It's no small thing to replace that. And the U.S. has not looked for an American superstar for a long time. I needed one. Mm-hmm. And you really started hearing it when Ja came up, as he's the next guy, the next American superstar. And I think as the years go on, you kind of have some more, not options, but you've got some people that's come along beside of him with Ant and with Zion, Ant being on the team already. So, yeah, I think the obvious choice, need to be in the mix is probably, I would just stamp him now. Ja's going to be on the team. Given health, Ja will be on the 2028 Olympic team.
Yep.
Yeah. That's low-hanging fruit. These are the two best big names, like young guys coming up, and both of them have had injury issues. We've had issues staying on the court with both of them, but if they're healthy in 2028, I think this is the most Captain Obvious, those old Geico commercials, like Captain Obvious statements of the year, that Ja and Zion need to be playing for USA basketball if we're going to dominate on our home turf. Because, reality, it was fun to go win in France, but all those cats are coming to our turf. They're coming to America. They're coming to LA, and we have to defend home court. You can't let France and, Australia, Germany come into our house and push us around. So you absolutely have to have the best players on that team, because we need to, we can't mess around in 2028.
No, and even then, can you imagine if Canada, if they continue to develop, that team continues to get better, if SGA gets better, if they just come south of the border and try to whoop our butts, that would be, you want to talk about, having your pride knocked down a couple pegs. That would suck. They really do need to make sure that all hands are on deck for this.
Yep.
I don't want to be hyperbolic or anything, but if Canada were to beat the U.S. in the 2028 Olympics in the U.S., I would invade them. I would send our troops into Canada and take them down. Like
Yeah.
it wouldn't be. We could
Can't
have it
have
done
that.
in an hour. Like it's not like a big ordeal. It wouldn't even make front page paper that of course the U.S. dominated Canada in
If you ever have a spare minute, just Google Canadian war crimes, World War One. You will get some crazy, crazy things because those dudes didn't play 100 years ago. I don't know what happened. I am up here. Wayno, good morning, my friend. Ja would already be on Team USA if he had a holster. That about made me laugh out loud.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Funny.
Yeah,
And-
if he didn't have a front-facing cell phone camera.
But you gotta love Ja's humor in it. Like the jokes are old,
Yes.
like they're on Twitter still. But when Ja went on Instagram Live last week and he was like, "Don't worry, it's not that kind of laugh." Like
You've gotta
that
do
made me
that.
laugh out loud.
It's
If
really
you're gonna
good.
rehab yourself, like
Yeah.
your image, that is, like you've got to be able to laugh at yourself. And so that was encouraging to me. And it just goes along hand in hand with everything he's saying and just the aura that he's emanating around him. Like, I mean, yeah, he's ready to have some fun. He's ready to put it all behind him and crack jokes at himself.
And I'm curious if Zion is going to be better now that he has discovered fasting. That boy a little light in the loafers now, right? Like he ain't quite as big as he used to be. He's a little skinny, and Zion is known for bully ball, right? Like he's a big guy. He can muscle his way around. I'm curious what that smaller stature is going to do for him this coming NBA season.
Man, I didn't mean for this to be a Zion conversation, but now think about that. Like Zion is skinny. We know he plays bully ball. His just real quick.
That's solid.
It's solid
humor.
Solid. That team doesn't have a center. And if I assume that they were expecting Zion to play some center, he's going to have to, I just don't know. The Zion is a big question mark for me. It still seems like the majority of the public and the majority of NBA people are all in on Ja. Like, it seems like everyone is like, if Ja can just stay right, this dude is he's going to be the next American superstar. They're still talking about him as if he is that. Even on like, because he is him.
Yeah.
And I honestly, realistically, I'm not sure if Zion's going to be on this team. In I think it's a foregone conclusion that Ja's on the 2028 LA Olympics team. I don't know about Zion. I really
especially
just don't.
because there's going to be a complete overhaul in the backcourt, right? There's going to be a complete overhaul, like Drew was saying earlier, with the parting of possibly Steph Curry, LeBron, and KD. Like you're going to need some guys who can run point, and we all know there are two things that Ja Morant owns. That is the New Orleans Pelicans and Anthony Edwards. Like he hoops and he just steps up in those two games. And so why, if you're going to play Ant, you also need to have Ant's father on the team.
Well, listen, I think that if Zion Williamson wants to guarantee himself a spot outside of obviously staying healthy, it's get traded to the Lakers. Like, I love it or hate it. Like the big city teams, they get the nods. And when they needed a backup, they went and got Derek White.
Yeah, I mean there are 3 Boston Celtics. That's a good point.
Yeah,
I think that Zion Williamson, with the cut down weight, I think it just helps him stay healthy. And he was bully ball, but he could be bully ball a few pounds lighter. Look out! He's always been a top 5 NBA player when he's healthy.
I'll say this. I think the people who breathe the biggest sigh of relief for that is Nike shoes, because he blew that one up at Duke when he was at his heftiest. And so I think his shoes are probably grateful for he's a few pounds lighter.
He did blow that shoe out. Man, it's interesting too, because you want to talk about, I really like what you just said, Drew, or like when healthy, he's a top 5 guy. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about a dude maybe in the top 5 that pays attention to what people say about him. Like when I'm thinking specifically about the in-season tournament when he just was ridiculed about, like everybody was like, Zion can't hang. He was exhausted by that game. He was made to look foolish in the in-season tournament, but then he listened to what people said about him, and then he turned it around and had a really good closeout to the season. Like if he's listening to all this, if you're watching the show, Zion, we'll have you on, but if he's listening to all the discourse, like, he's hearing these people like, oh, Zion, he's not chubby anymore. Like people were taking shots at his weight, and that's not cool. And then it's like, he's going to listen to that crap.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're being honest with yourself, and listen, I'm not the one to talk, but everybody's been talking about that for 5 years.
Yeah,
I mean, this isn't a new topic.
that's a good
So
point.
I think at some point you do, for the lack of a better term, grow up. You do kind of realize what's important. Your career becomes more important than just what you did as a kid, And so that's when you start taking it seriously. You saw it with Marc Gasol. You saw it with Kevin Love. Like about this time in their careers, like they were just like, if I'm going to continue to keep up in my late 20s and 30s, I've got to be better.
Yeah.
And then he also, staying away from Mariah Mills helps too.
Yeah, staying out the DMs. DG says he doesn't have YouTube. He really needs to not have Twitter or IG. That's for sure.
Yeah, just those have door. Those two platforms have doors that open for more trouble, I would say. So
Yes.
get
DG with the heat.
DG moving on because
I'm gonna have to step away from this spot. Okay.
Oh God, man, you got the directions. So I had a good transition before X videos got brought up. You said something about trading him, and now I'm throwing off my game. We're gonna go back to a new segment that we debuted a few weeks ago. Would you make that trade? You gotta say it like that. You gotta put the emphasis on that because would you make that trade? Yeah, it's a game show. The point of this segment is where, if you like sports, it doesn't even have to be if it's basketball, football, baseball, all these. When there's nothing to write about, people write trade pieces. They find, it feels it's good content. And we like to talk about these. We talk about everyone and their mother talks about them on Twitter or on their group messages. We just want to talk about them as a segment. Bleacher Report just released a wonderful, wonderful article. Wonderful. I don't know. I think it's a little weird that the day of preseason you release here's 3 trade targets that they should go after, but that's neither here nor there. They released I guess it's their annual 3 targets your team should blah, 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 heading into the season, blah, 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 whatever. The 3 players that they have listed for the Memphis Grizzlies. We're just going to rattle these off, kind of go one by one. We'll do all 3. We'll do all 3, and then we'll go one by one. First one, they had Isaiah Stewart from the Detroit Pistons. Second, they had Robert Williams III from the Trailblazers. And third, they had Mark Williams from the Charlotte Hornets. So we'll start with Isaiah Stewart. Clearly, there's a theme here. The theme here is Edey doesn't show up. That's the theme. Oh, you're worried about Edey. Then there's 2 centers on this list. Go ahead, Bug.
I think that they're kind of in the right area here. And it's not necessarily do I or don't I with Edey. I think Edey's going to be fine.
Yes.
I think he's a very high floor guy. But the depth there, what you're wondering is like, does Santi and BC, and is that enough depth? Or would you want to upgrade that depth? And I love Isaiah Stewart. And if you think of one thing when you think of Isaiah Stewart, it's him charging at LeBron. Like,
with blood going down his face.
All over his face. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I think about. The article actually says he was a 38% 3-point shooter last year, which is incredibly impressive. He's undersized, so it's probably put him a beefier Brandon that can be more consistent with the threes and just that mindset. I love the mindset of Isaiah Stewart.
He's got the Memphis mindset out of all these guys, I would say.
I was about to say, forgive me if you've heard this before, but a troubled big man who's had some attitude issues and aggression issues comes to Memphis and revitalizes his career, right? Like, he could be Zebo-esque. He's an undersized big who plays tough, who can actually shoot a little bit. 38.3 for a big man is very good for those you keep it at home. And he's just tough. Like you said, y'all both said, he's got that Memphis mindset. He's got that edge from the players that we like to see. And anybody who runs full force with the intentions of mashing LeBron's face in is all right in my book.
Yeah.
And not just going with that, like charging him full force, but like everybody, you go back and you watch that video, he's going to, he doesn't care that that's LeBron. He's going to kill LeBron. Like he doesn't care. He was slided and he doesn't care who that is. Everybody is trying to hold him back. It's actually, that's one of the most impressive videos I'd seen in a long time.
I mean,
he wasn't
boys,
that old dude on the plane. You know, you see the old dude on the plane forces. I just want to shake your hand. You know, that wasn't him. No, he was.
He was full on. He was full on like blitzing linebacker, like getting through the B gap, trying to make a play in the backfield. Like there was blood in that man's eyes,
like,
literally and figuratively.
It's like Cal running through the Stanford band. You know,
it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I don't know what it would take to give up. Like this exercise, we don't know what the trade packages would include. That's for something else. Wayno thinks that it would be Santi. No, I don't know.
Wayno's about to find himself suspended.
I mean, Santi had 8 rebounds the other night. He's our leading rebounder, man. Come on, Wayno, come to the good side. We need rebounding.
Wayno, you're about to get. I'm going to give you a game worn Santi jersey, and by game worn, it's going to be game worn by me in a game. But I'm going to send it to you, and you're going to get it. I'm going to sign it. I'm going to sign it, Santi Aldama. You're going to love it.
You could just print
Santi. I'm going to do a heart as the I dot. It's going to be great. The second person on this, I don't want anything to do with. Pass. I think King Meeks, you put it up here. Robert Williams, stay hurt. No more for me. I like Robert Williams when healthy, but he's the most theoretical when healthy guy ever.
Absolutely.
I don't think he's played basketball in like 3 years.
Yep.
And like in an 82-game season, he might play 21 games, and we don't need that. We've obviously had enough injuries over the last few years. That's a hard. I'm going to pull a Randy Jackson and say it's going to be a no for me, dog.
Yes, and it's like this isn't even one like I as much as you can be like, oh yeah, Isaiah Stewart, and then I was like, oh no, I'm not even going to read number 2. Like I just don't. There's nowhere. He's the third center from Portland that I would want right now.
Yeah,
I would want dominating before him, and I don't like DeAndre Ayton.
I was about to say he's the third center on the team with DeAndre Ayton, so there's that.
Yeah, and I'm out. The third person that this article had was Mark Williams from the Hornets.
The opposite of Robert Williams, right?
Williams.
This guy, he plays. He doesn't miss games. He's tough. He's got some decent size, and he's a guy who can step in and kind of be some good center depth for us. That's dependable, right? Not somebody that's going to be often injured like Robert Williams or get suspended like wish Draymond Green, as Wayno said. And so, like, this one of the 3, this one moves the needle the most for me. It's not a lot, but it does move the needle a little bit for me.
Yeah. This one, Robert Williams gets hurt thinking about swimming. Charlotte's an interesting team because I do think that they do have some guys that might be like available. And granted, he did just get injured. If I'm like,
he did, yeah.
He just got injured, but
it just seems like a minor foot thing. It's not anything that's going to keep him on the shelf long term.
Yes, agreed. It's not something that's going to. The article. What is the article? The article describes it as I think a reverse jinx. I think that's a little dramatic. I think that it's just a small injury.
Mm-hmm.
It would depend on. He just signed an extension, correct? Did I make that up?
He did.
Yeah. So I don't know what the money situation would look like, but I would have had this one higher than Robert Williams, like we were discussing. I just don't. Robert Williams one that seems like he put a name on there to fill out, but
yeah. Buy low kind of thing. Like, what do you actually have to give up to get Robert Williams? Like a Hot Wheels car.
So his 24-25 cap hit's going to be just under $4.1 million. So it's that's a decently affordable contract for Williams, and it's good through 26. He's a restricted free agent in 26-27. So we get him for 2 years.
So I guess that's more like it's a win now. I guess
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either.
I don't hate that.
But I think you're gonna look up, and everybody's gonna kind of like be poaching, thinking about who they can get off of Charlotte's roster.
Yeah,
and they may actually be good enough to stand pat and make a run in a very, very weak Eastern Conference.
They don't have like one great piece, but they have a lot of good pieces that could be that team that sneaks up on people.
If LaMelo comes back. I mean, he was elite as a rookie. And so if he comes back to form, like that, he can be elite.
Mm-hmm. I think that Charlotte, and I got to stay on the Hawks train because I said hammer the over at the beginning of the show, beginning of the season. I think the Hawks and the Hornets are the 2 teams from the East that might actually just be good and good enough to at least go for it in the East. Like we may, like Uncle Buck said, we may look up and one of those teams might be good. I don't know. Yeah. But honestly, I'm okay with not making any of these trades. I'm very happy with where we're at right now. I mean, we'll see in 2 weeks, and you also got we're going to get Vince back soon, and ideally we'll get Tripp back soon too. You know, like
we're just scratching the surface of this new offense, this new system. Like DG said on our show yesterday, Luke, in the comments, like, yes, the offense was vanilla the other night, but like what we saw of that offense was already better than what we've been running. And so like this is just scratching the surface of what this set's going to look like, this positionless motion offense. And if that's like level one by the time we're in December or January, this is going to be a scoring machine. Like, I really think that we've got potential to just dominate people with the athletes that we have, because we're one of the most athletic teams from top to bottom. Edie moves really a lot better than people think as a big man. You know, BC, Tripp, obviously our 6'2" point guard can out-jump any other 6'2" point guard in the world. Yuki. We've got, Yuki burying corner threes, baby. Let's go.
Yuki. Yuki's I need to get Yuki on the show. Yuki might be the new guy that we just go for. I like him.
I like it.
You're absolutely right.
A good cult hero.
Yeah, you're right though, Buckets. I'm just wait and see. I think that this offense with the athletes we have is going to be incredible. I think that,
and we don't know what we have. We like this team has not played a full season together, right? Like you guessed it, Santi, exactly. Like if we can get Summer Santi all year long, Marcus can stay healthy, Ja can stay healthy, and this team kind of comes together what we thought it was going to be last year before all these wild injuries, we might have the best team in the association. We just don't know it yet. And so that's why I've been very much stay put, see what we got. It's not sexy. It's not fun. It's not going to get you tweets and retweets. But, like, I really just believe in this team as it's constructed when healthy.
Rusty, what do we do it for?
I get it, man.
Not for the tweets and retweets.
I get it, man. I get it.
That's it, man. Everything I do, I get out of bed just to look at my what's it called? Look at your metrics. No, under the tweet, you can look at the stats.
Yeah.
Man. Let me see them.
We're stats guys.
We're stats guys. Stats guys and mention guys. So, I guess the long and short of it, would you make that trade? No, no, we wouldn't. Pass. All of us, all three pass. Although Beef Stew, we like you if you want to hang out. We're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we're gonna talk about some more food, not beef stew. Other things, candy. I love candy. I got a sweet tooth. It's Halloween. We're saving our spooky movies. We got a law. There's 5 weeks in October. I got to roll these out. We're going to be drafting candy when we get back. Halloween candy specifically. If you want to get a wild hair and do candy corn or something like a maniac. But we'll do that right after this. And did I spoil it? Right after this break.
I think Jabari Smith Jr. I don't want this to be true, but I almost feel maybe Tobias Harris, yo.
What's wrong with Tobias Harris? We've had this discussion. All the guy does is give you a double-double, 20 and 10.
Bro.
That's it. That's it. Every night.
Who?
Tobias Harris.
Stop that. Tobias Harris gives you a double-double 8 times a year. Stop that.
What?
He gives you
8 times a year.
I'm a fan. And this is what I'm saying, because I continue to be like, he's a dude he's a tease. It's a tease. It's like, God, dog, he's sexy. But it just won't work. Like he should be, but it's there, but it's just, when the games, it's just consistently, I don't know if it's you need more people to believe in it, something, but I don't want, and also just to get lost in the rest in that Houston team.
Tune in to the Night Court podcast with your hosts, Rob Fisher and Brevin Knight, on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
I've always thought Norvell wasn't really that tight to me, because I was like, bro, this dude ain't it to me, bro. He left with the humility, and that's the only reason why people ain't destroying his ass right now.
That 2019 year is what supplanted his legacy as, like, you know, he's the man. Oh, yeah, but let's not forget, he was one missed 20-yard field goal against Tulsa away from all of that being nothing. That one field goal changed everything. That missed field goal sent them to the AAC championship, brought game day to their place. I mean, that field goal changed a lot of people's careers. Ryan Silverfield wouldn't be here. Norvell wouldn't be in Florida State. It just changed everything. So
yep, that's facts. That's facts. Get him out of here. It'll put Memphis in the pole position to go and do what they gotta do to get to the college football playoff. If you went out You got a chance to win out if you win this game against Florida State.
How crazy is that going to be if
It's
they
going to
do
be
that?
crazy.
Tune in to the Anthony Sane Show Wednesdays and Fridays at 12 p.m. weekly on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind, where we don't always have commercials like that. We're gonna get a new commercial in here soon, I promise. Because we didn't run the table. Spoiler alert, we got beat really bad. But back to our show. King meets Kenny. We are gonna draft some stuff on our show. That's what we do on Wednesdays here, y'all. I do want to shout out really quick. I saw it in our comments earlier. DG. The Grizz 901 live, the first post-game show they're going to do, I believe, got to find it, 10:15. I want to put this up here because it sounds like it's going to be good. Here we go. Yeah. Make sure you check this out. Their late shows go wild. They get off the hook. It's really fun. But check this out. It's going to be the first post-game show of the season. Got Grizz 901, got Anthony Sane Show, got the $2 Sports Show. There's really a lot of stuff that we got at bluffcitymedia.co. Jess Benson's happening right now at Grind City Media. Check it all out. But back to our show. On Wednesdays, we draft stuff around here because drafting's fun. It's fun, and we draft a whole mess of stuff on draft day, not the movie, draft day, not the movie. And in honor of Halloween, we're going to do Halloween candy. Because I love candy. I love candy. I've got I didn't have a sweet tooth until I got older, and now I'm like a candy guy. I have candy like all the time. I love it. Yes. I don't care. It's the best. It's tough to be like, hey, don't eat so much candy, kids. Your teeth will go bad. Because candy's delicious, and I had to lose my teeth from medical stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. So eat all the candy you want. But
I can brush my teeth all the time.
All the time.
Awesome.
Doesn't matter. Thanks, Dad. We are going to draft candy, and I will see. I need to stop doing this because I know typically. Okay, shut up. All right, going first will be not Luke. Going first will be Uncle Buck. Going second will be me. Second. Not last. Not last, and you will go last. You will go last, Buckets. I'm sorry, but you get to go 2. You're on the turn. All right.
Let's start this off with an absolute slam dunk.
Oh crap.
There's obvious 1-on-1 here.
Is there?
Yeah.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion, and I'll just tell you right now, 99.9% of the time, my opinion is the correct opinion. So you get this candy. And it also always comes, you get it a lot at Christmas, Easter, Halloween. It's perfect to put in stockings. It's the mini Reese's individually wrapped cups. Damn it. I'm going to take Reese's.
That's good. That's not what I was thinking.
The best ones are the little bitty ones.
Are those the best ones?
Thousands of them.
Or are those the ones that kill you the quickest? Because it's like you said, there's a bag around. I could have had a bag right here when the show started. It would have been gone. I love those, man. Like, you took it from me. I didn't think you were right. There was a 1-on-1, and it was what I was going to take. And now I think Rusty's going to get his pick.
Eating them with the aluminum on them,
Hey, sometimes you don't.
That was not what I was thinking.
I was thinking that. I mean, I'll go. So I'll take the little Skittles. I love Skittles. I saw King Meeks up here. Skittles are great. I love them. I love all types of Skittles. I'm going to do the regular ones. I love those little baggies. You can just. They feel like you got a little, like a baggie of drugs. You're like, and you just eat all the Skittles at once. It's awesome.
Drew, you didn't even take the best Reese's at Halloween time or at Christmas time or at Easter time. You didn't take the best one. No, because the minis are good. The cups are good. But they use a different recipe when they make the pumpkins or the eggs or the trees.
Or the medals.
Give me the Reese's pumpkins, man. Like, that's the obvious 1-of-1 Halloween candy, man. Come on.
No, it's not.
Oh my gosh!
I took Reese's.
Jeez.
I'm okay. So I'm not.
You took the minis. You took the minis.
I said that's the ones I wanted, but I mean the brand is the brand.
I was gonna say I guess I didn't clarify the rules because I would have taken Reese's. You know what? You're allowed to keep it because
I will let you have the 5th best type of Reese's.
Oh my! You were drunk if you think that, because there's another type of Reese's that I'm not even going to take. That's better than the mini. There's obvious, like the pumpkins are like 101, and get out of here. All right, I'm moving on because this is I can't convince you.
Need to. You're going
the one with the chips in them. Wow. The one with the chips in them.
I like the ones with the Reese's Pieces in them. Like. Those are good. Those are better ones. Anyway, I digress. My next one, I don't eat them throughout the year. It's like I forget they exist. And then at Halloween, I love Kit Kats. Like with the little wafers inside, the chocolate. Like, give me Kit Kats. Those are just like, for me, when I think of Halloween, I think of Reese's Pumpkins and I think of Kit Kats.
Kit Kats are good. Okay, so I got Skittles. I need some chocolate in here. Let's do I need no, you know what I'm gonna do? There's gonna be plenty of chocolate left on the board. I'm gonna take Twizzlers. The like you know what I'm talking about. You get the little 2-packs that not the Big Daddies. The little you don't like Twizzlers?
They're fine.
Oh my God, do you like Twizzlers, Uncle Buck?
Yeah, you could have taken those with your last pick.
Damn it! Oh God, this is what happens when I don't go last.
The problem with Twizzlers is that they're not ever as sweet as I expect them to be.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to be candy, but they're just posing. It's plastic posing as candy.
I'm getting
it's like their Twizzlers are like the off-brand Twizzlers, but nobody's ever like made good ones.
Actual Twizzlers,
the little Oreo, the fake Oreos you used to get at church.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah, and that's what Twizzlers are. But there's no good Oreo.
This is not 1955. Like, we have other real candy. Like, you don't have to be like, give me my licorice stick and I'm gonna stand on the corner and sell papers for a dime. Like, you can have real candy.
I'm so confused. Your turn, Uncle Buck.
Sorry.
Prune juice with candy? Oh my God. Oh my God.
No, that's licorice.
Damn.
Get into YouTube. If you're listening to this on Twitter or whatever, get in YouTube. Hang out with the chat.
Hang out with them on YouTube.
Yeah, so I've got
you get 2.
Listen, I'm just killing this draft. You guys are a bunch of imbeciles. All right, so
Apparently.
I've got the mini Reese's. Luke, you took Red Vines. So now I'm going to take Starburst, which is the little packets of Starburst. You got 2 of them.
Yeah.
I ate 12 of them yesterday at the office, and out of the bucket that they've got for little kids to come by in their costume. Took the whole bucket, took all the Starburst out, and then the best candy of it all. Like, it is new, it's hip, it's kind of what we used to eat as kids, but they've improved it. It's kind of got a Twizzler in the middle of it, but it's better. And it's the Nerds gummies.
Oh, it's clusters.
Oh yeah, those are clusters. Those are solid.
Yeah, they used to make the Nerds ropes that had like nerds stuck to a Twizzler. And but now they've just have the little clusters.
Yeah, those are good. Nerds are great to begin with. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the best.
Yeah.
So is that all? You have your 3?
That's my 3. Yeah. Are we doing one more?
Let's do 4 because we can keep going. Okay. So, oh God, I'm gonna do Snickers. I'm gonna just do Snickers.
I mean, that's a solid choice.
I don't. It's not my favorite, but I need to recuperate from apparently this awful draft I'm having. So hopefully Snickers buys me some goodwill.
I'm about to get my top 4. Like, this is wild. When I made my list last night, I'm getting my top 4 candy. And I'm not even taking one of my favorites because you've already made face about it. I do personally, I love candy corn. I've been eating it already. Say what you want. All your stuff. I like candy corn. But my next 2, this is just like I'm cutting bases here. So I got Reese's Pumpkins. I got Kit Kats. I'm going to get one more chocolate. Butterfingers. Give me the little mini Butterfingers. I love Butterfingers. Those are good. I used to eat the BBs when I was a kid. Give me the Butterfingers now. And then I miss Butterfingers. You just had Bart Simpson on the bag. Yeah. And then lastly, I'm going to get out of the chocolate vein and I'm going to do a little throwback to my childhood. Bro, I used to eat Atomic Warheads like they were going out of style. The blue raspberry, the black cherry, Uncle Buck's face. Yeah, exactly. On the logo. Give me Warheads, man. I love those freaking things.
Man, Warheads are great. It's like You know, like it's like a line of cocaine for your mouth.
That's
like
it. If you eat 2 in a day, it will literally eat away at your cheeks. Like they will be thinner by the end of the day.
Yep. Is it my turn, Judy? Is this my last pick? I don't think there's any way I can win this, so I'm just gonna go with my heart and tank this. Swedish Fish, baby. Swedish Fish. I'm going for the nastiest draft imaginable. Skittles, Swedish Fish, Twizzlers, Snickers. Let's do
if you took Twizzlers and mashed them into a fish shape.
Yeah. You gave it little eyes and scales and called it Swedish.
And threw little Sour Patch Kid sugar on it. Like, what are we doing here?
I think Luke's kind of smart here. I think he's a genius. Because we're trying to draft the best candy. He's trying to get kids to stay away from his house on Halloween. He's smart. He's got it figured out.
They're like, don't go to that crazy redheaded dude's house. He's got weird.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm going to go with just the best candy of all time. Peanut M&Ms.
Oh, you're a peanut M&Ms guy. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, peanut M&Ms because I like good things. You know. And
Swedish Fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if you get that, well, I get a yellow ribbon for showing up and being on the team.
And I got the 4 best candies here. No love for me. Come on, guys. What the world?
It's because you don't. People have spoken, Rusty.
Let's recap. So, Rusty, you had.
I've got the 4 best candies. Like I said, Reese's Pumpkins. I've got Warheads. I've got Butterfingers. I've got Kit Kat. Let's go, baby.
That's good.
It takes you about a month to get through a bag of Warheads.
Because it's dangerous.
Fine. We're celebrating all year long. Like I'd like to keep my cheeks and my teeth.
Both of them.
All right, so I've got the mini Reese's. Sorry,
don't get.
I've got Nerd clusters, the Nerd gummy clusters. I've got peanut M&Ms, and I've got Starburst.
And I've got Skittles, Twizzlers, Snickers, and Swedish Fish. Yeah. See, Daniel
it's like
said
the Zonk prize.
I only eat red candy and Snickers. I'm colorblind. I can't see red and green, so I'm probably just like, these taste great.
So I made a note on here of like what all we picked, and so I put mine, I put Uncle Buck's, and I'm not even gonna put Luke's because like on the Twitter poll, it's just gonna tank.
Yep.
That's the only way you got a chance because he would only take votes away from you, Rusty. Because my list, it may get 100%.
There's no way.
Not since our jersey draft have I lost so thoroughly, I imagine. But that's okay because I'm going to get all this candy and you guys won't have. You know what? Kids will go to your house. My house will be quiet and full of candy and I'll be happy and fat. That's going to do it for our show today. Thanks, everybody, for watching. If you're not on YouTube, go watch us on YouTube. We have a lot of fun there. The chats are always popping off. The Grizz 901 show is always on there. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. But check everything out at bluffcitymedia.co, y'all. It's a lot of fun. A lot of good stuff on there. I will be back tomorrow. $2 will be back with their show on Friday. Anthony Stain will be later today. We got a lot going on, y'all. Grizz play tomorrow, so we're going to talk about that. But have good Wednesdays. Be safe. If I can leave you with anything today at all, remember 2 little things. Remember to be a little bit weird, just a little bit, and remember to smile. Not like Uncle Buck, though. Have a good day, y'all.